Hi, it's Taylor Pangman and welcome to the Tribe Life. For today's class, we're going to be doing a nice and easy flow that gets our bodies moving and our blood pumping. Also introducing a new pose today called triangle. So if you have any questions on the correct alignment to make sure that you're doing that pose correctly, you can check out the pose breakdown section down below. I'm always adding new videos, so make sure you check that out after today's class. Otherwise, when you're ready, roll out your mat and we'll begin. For today's class, we're going to start laying down on our back. So come to a relaxed and laying position down on your mat. Close your eyes here for a few breaths. And just take a few deep breaths. So we'll take an inhale through our nose and exhale out your mouth. Do a few more breaths like this. It's also a good time to pick an intention for your practice today. Taking a few more deep breaths. And then slowly open your eyes. And we'll start with our right knee, so bending that into our chest, giving it a nice hug. You can pull it out to the right side too, over by your right shoulder, just to open up that hip a little bit. Maybe you rock it from side to side. And then we'll drape that knee over our body to the left side, twisting our right arm out and open, shifting our gaze. Nothing too deep. If you can't stretch your right knee down to the ground, that's totally fine. Taking one more breath. Bringing that back into center and releasing that foot down. Then doing the same thing on the left side. Hugging in the left knee into our chest. Pulling it more out to the side, like up by our left shoulder. Rocking it from side to side, loosening it up. And then draping that knee over to our right side and doing the same thing, just a gentle twist. Shifting our gaze over to the left side. Taking one more breath. And then bringing our knee back into our chest. Giving it one more hug and releasing it down to the ground. Bringing both knees into our chest. You can give them a nice lower back massage by rolling them around. And then slowly start to rock up. And we'll come all the way up onto all fours. Making sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Start rolling our hips clockwise just to loosen up the joints here. And then counterclockwise. Coming back to neutral. We'll start with our right wrist. So inhale, lifting that right arm up in front of us, keeping the thumb pointing up towards the sky. Keeping a neutral neck, so that means not, shifting our gaze up, just out in front of us a little bit. And taking one more deep breath here. Deep inhale. Exhale, shifting that arm out to the right side. We'll hold it here for a breath. And on your next inhale, shifting your shoulders up towards the back, so towards the right side, lifting that right arm all the way up to the sky, reaching, and exhale, weaving that arm underneath the left arm, and coming on to that right shoulder. You should feel a nice twist in your back. And if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can lift that left arm up and behind you, grabbing onto your right thigh. And taking another breath here, feeling the stretch. And then release that arm if you're in the bind and bring it down to the ground, pushing up and coming back onto all fours. We'll do the same thing on our left side. So inhale, reaching that left arm up in front of us, the thumb pointing to the sky. Taking a deep breath. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, bringing that arm out to the side. Taking a deep breath. On your next inhale, reaching with that arm all the way up towards the sky. Open your chest up to the left side. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And exhale, weaving that arm underneath your right arm. Again, if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can lift that right arm up and back. Behind you, grabbing onto that left thigh. Taking one more deep breath, feeling the stretch. And then releasing that arm, bringing it back down to the ground and pushing up back onto all fours. We'll push back into child's pose for a breath. And when you're ready, pushing up back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to walk out our dog, stretching out our calves, warming up those legs. And on your next inhale, lifting that right leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down, coming up into warrior one. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, opening up into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your arms down to the ground, pushing back to plank and back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down, coming up into warrior one. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, opening up, coming up into warrior two. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, windmill your arms down, pushing back into plank, then back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting that right leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, opening up into warrior two. Inhale, straightening that leg. You might want to step your back foot in just a little bit. And we'll shift our hips back towards that left hip, reaching that right arm straight, straight, straight as far as we can go, and then dropping that arm down, coming into triangle. Taking a few deep breaths here as we stretch, Remembering to pull that right hip back and under. On your next inhale, coming back up, bending that front knee, coming into warrior two. Inhale, coming back up into warrior one. And then bringing that left foot to match the right and dropping the arms into mountain pose. Inhale our arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. We'll stay here for a breath. You can grab opposite elbows here, coming into ragdoll, swinging from side to side, shaking your head yes and no. Enjoying the stretch here on the back of our legs. Releasing our arms, inhaling halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, jump or step back into plank and pushing back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. Taking a deep breath. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, opening up into warrior two. On your next inhale, straightening that front leg. You might want to step that back foot in just a little bit, shortening that stance. And you'll shift your hips back over to the right, reaching with that front arm as far as you can reach, and then you'll drop that arm down, coming into triangle. And your arm can be down on the ground if you can reach. If you have a block, that's a good prop to use to kind of lengthen that arm. You can come on your shin, whatever feels good, and opening up that chest towards the right side, up towards the sky. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, coming back up, bending that front knee. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale, swinging those arms up, coming into warrior one for a breath. And then stepping that right foot to match the left, releasing the arms into mountain pose. Inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Again, separating your feet hip distance apart, and you can just release over these legs. It might even feel nice to bend your knees and just releasing your chest onto your knees. Finding what feels good here. Enjoying this forward fold. Releasing your hands. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, jump or step back into plank. Pushing back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Releasing your knees down, pushing back into child's pose. Taking a few breaths here to catch your breath. And then coming back onto all fours, we'll push back and we'll bring our feet out in front of us. Stretching both legs out in front. Hugging in your right knee. And I'll face you so you can see this. So hugging in your right knee. I sit nice and tall. And this might be where you are, and this might feel great to you. So you flex that left leg and just sit nice and tall. Or you'll drape that right leg over your left. Again, sitting nice and tall, this might feel great for you. Or take your left leg, bend it, bring that left foot over to your right hip. And again, making sure both sits bones are on the ground and sitting nice and tall here and feeling the stretch on that right side. Taking a few breaths here. And then releasing your legs. And we'll bring the left leg out in front of, or bending the left leg in towards us. Keeping that right leg straight. Again, sitting nice and tall. Maybe this is where you are and you want to practice having a long, strong spine. Or you take that left foot, drape it over the right. Sitting nice and tall here. Maybe you feel the stretch on your left butt cheek. Or you can bend your right knee, or your right leg, bringing that right ankle to our left hip. Again, making sure both of our sits bones are down on the ground and sitting nice and tall here and feeling that stretch. Taking a few breaths here. And then slowly untangling those legs, bringing them out in front of us. Shake them out a bit. And we'll forward fold over the legs. So pulling the flesh away from our sits bones, flexing our feet, sitting nice and tall. Inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, forward fold over our legs. And don't feel bad if you can't grab your feet, grab your ankles, or even if you have a bad lower back or it's just super tight, bending your knees, that releases the pressure in our lower back. You can kind of fold over those knees. So staying here for one more breath. And then releasing your feet. And we'll roll down one vertebrae at a time onto our mats. And we'll bend our knees in, coming into bridge. So making sure our ankles, our feet are down on the ground, firmly planted, and we'll place our hands down on the ground. And on our inhale, take a deep inhale. Exhale, lifting up our hips. You can grab your wrists underneath and shimmy your shoulders under for a chest opener here. And lifting up from the heels of our feet, lifting your hips up. You push down on the ground with the heels, lifting up your hips. Taking one more deep breath. And releasing it all down to the ground. You can shake your knees out from side to side. We'll do one more bridge. Okay, planting your feet, releasing your arms down to your side, taking an inhale. Exhale, lifting our hips up, pushing off the ground with our heels, maybe shimmying those shoulders under again, then pressing up. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. And lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Give your knees a hug into your chest. You can roll them clockwise and counterclockwise for a nice massage. And Then bringing our arms out to a T, we'll drop our knees over to the right side, twisting over to our left, shifting our gaze over to the left, and feeling that nice spine stretch here. Taking 2 more breaths. And bringing those knees back into center, and then dropping them over to the left, shifting our gaze over that right shoulder. And bringing our knees back into our chest, giving them one more hug. Again, you can roll them around if you need another massage. And release your feet down to the ground. We'll come into final Shavasana. And you can stop the tape here if you want to take a longer Shavasana, or just come down, relax, take a few deep breaths, and I'll slowly wake us up to close out our practice today. So taking a deep inhale. Exhale out your mouth. And allow your body to relax, feeling yourself melting into your mat. Just continue to breathe, allowing your body to relax with each exhale. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reaching our hands up over our head, stretching from fingertip to the tips of our toes. Keeping your eyes closed, roll gently over to the right side body for a breath. And then again, keeping your eyes closed, you'll roll slowly up into a nice seated position on your mat. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale out your mouth. And take a moment to think about something that you're grateful for. I always love to close practice with a moment of gratitude. And then we'll inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, bringing them into heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.